Alright guys, we back again. I made a video on why the Quantum is not worth it in 2024, 2025 to purchase, right? That was part one. And I gave a list of reasons why I would not recommend this device. In this video, I'm going to give a list of reasons why I would recommend this device and why it would be worth it for some, right? Now, if you guys missed that video, make sure you guys check out the page, go watch it, comment, tell me if you agree or disagree. But I feel like this device right here, it doesn't play very well with a lot of Windows machines. Some may be better than others. I feel like the fact that it's Thunderbolt, I believe that Windows doesn't like that. As far as the computers that I've been on, I've tried this device on 3 computers, and every one of those computers has given me problems. Does it work? Yeah, it works. But what happens is that you get very poor performance with any plug-in loads. If you're trying to use anything like Acoustica or Isotope, forget about it. Because what's going to do is the buffering speeds on this is going to suffer really bad, which is ironic because I bought it because it had very good low latency recording where you could record in nearly real time. But that hasn't been the case for me at all, really, especially if you're using any plugins worth using. This device is going to have you very angry. And comparing that with, other devices that I use, like I could say even my baby face, far less problems with the RME. I could just kind of just plug it up and go, and this is going to, for the most part, do what I want it to do, which is going to be a separate video on the RME babyface. But that was the gripe with it. A lot of dropouts, a lot of inconsistency, a lot of technical issues. Now, what is the good to this device, right? I'm going to start off by saying the preamps are fairly good on this device. Your A to D, D to A converters are very good on this device. While using this device, especially the headphones that come built into this device, is also a perk for sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give it its flowers with the headphone amp. I dare to say it's the quality of some external headphone amps that I have purchased. I've sent back headphone amps because I didn't see a reason to have them when comparing them to the PreSonus Quantum. The conversion in this is very high quality, very well. You're going to hear those instruments like you never heard them before. It's going to be a lot more open, a lot more clean. You're going to hear your voice, your vocals come through a lot more clean like you never heard them before while using this, right? Now, the noise of the amp, when it comes to those headphones, like a lot of interfaces, you only could drive it so far. If you try to drive it too far past 12 o'clock, you're going to get some noise. And it will confuse you because you're going to think, well, maybe my mic gain is off, something's too loud in the mix, and really it's really your headphone amp. And it can confuse you because you'll think something is, over fried in your hardware or in your preamp, mic pre-volume, and really it'll just be noise that's coming from your headphone amp. So watch out for that. So those are good things, good microphone preamp, good headphone preamp, and A to D, D to A conversion. Very nice. Your mix down quality is noticeably better using this. It's noticeably better than my other devices that I use. I will give it that. The finished product on this, it's like it's open. If I could describe it, I would use the word open. A bit more open, right? My baby face is clean too, but the recording process is not as fun. The baby face is better as far as less dropouts, streamline, ease of use, for sure, baby face all day. But that's not to say this can't be the same way. This may have the same functionality if you're using it with the Mac, which I don't use. I don't use Mac products. I'm not really a fan of anything by Mac. That's not really my forte. I'm sure they got some good stuff now, but I've been trained up to just not really deal with Mac because their pricing just doesn't make sense for what they're offering you. A lot of that stuff isn't is proprietary, and it's just not as customizable. It's just not. Your options is far more limited. It's kind of like an iPhone. Like, that it may be higher quality. I'll give it that. Apple may be higher quality, but it's almost like you're in jail. It's like the government of electronics. It's like, yeah, we'll give you a high quality lifestyle, but you're gonna stay on this master plan community, and you got all type of HOA fees. You can't leave your garage open past 8 p.m. You can't paint your house whatever color you want it. You only could, your house only could look the way that we want it to look. And while we're controlling you, you're gonna pay us to do it. Not only are we gonna dictate and micromanage your life, you're gonna pay us to do that. And that's how I feel about Apple products in general, period. So I don't really deal with Apple. But if you are a person that deals with Apple, yeah, this thing right here is gonna be very nice to you, I'm sure. You're gonna have a lot more fun with this than I did. Yeah, and like I say, the mix downs on it is very good. It's a bit more open than the RME, I would say. It's a bit more open. This is a newer model than the RME. I don't know about the newer RME. I've heard people that have tried it, and they said that they didn't hear much of a difference. I don't know. I only could trust my own ears. But as far as this is concerned, like I said, you're going to get some very clean, open mix downs using this. So really that's the takeaway. And you're going to hear yourself a lot more clear coming out of these headphones, for sure. The audio that you're getting back is going to be a lot more clean. And it's going to just inspire a different level of performance, because when you can hear yourself real good, you tend to have better takes. Now, for me, I'm going to be real with you. I use hardware, so this is good only so far, because whatever I use, I'm going to hit it with hardware anyway. So once the hardware get involved, it kind of levels out the playing field. So take it with a grain of salt. If you don't use hardware, this is a very nice device. If you do use hardware, it's a very nice device because it has ins and outs, so you could do pretty good routing on this thing too. Now, one more gripe that I have about this is, if you are a content creator, this is going to piss you off for sure. This is going to anger you because when you go into OBS, it's not going to recognize the channels, which I don't even understand why audio works this way, but it does. You have to have a loop back feature, and OBS is not going to acknowledge this thing. And models that are cheaper than this, like the USB version of this, that's half the price, it does have a loop back feature. And you think the flagship top of the line Thunderbolt interface from PreSonus, they would have put a loop back feature in it, and they did not. They did not include a loop back feature on it. So that's something to watch out for. That's definitely going to frustrate you. You're going to find yourself using all these weird third-party plugins, Banana and, Virtual Plug and all these crazy things, which is just a hassle and annoying. But the way that I got around that was to pretty much use chords. So you could take physical chords and route your outputs into your inputs. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want me to make a video on how to do that, let me know. But essentially, you're coming out of your main outs, or you're sending what you're trying to have OBS hear out, and you're plugging it into your inputs. So OBS could acknowledge that that sound is coming in. Other than that, there's going to be a pain. So if there's anything else you guys want to know, leave it in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to come with more videos. I'm also going to drop a video on the Art MPA 2, which you see here. It is a tube preamp. I'm going to let you guys know if it is worth having or is it all hype. I got some other audio equipment here as well that I'm going to do some reviews on, like my LA2A clone, as well as my vintage wire-to-wire equalizer that, in my opinion, sits with a Pultec. I mean, it's so good that it's on Pultec levels, if you ask me. And you're going to get it for a fraction of the price. So if you guys want some more secrets from the 70s and 80s and how to blend it in with modern day audio, like, comment, and subscribe, because I'm going to open your mind up to how to look at this stuff without just being all about plugins. Not to say plugins are bad. Plugins are hot too. But if you come the correct way using hardware, it's going to streamline your mixes for sure. So with that being said, I'm going to sign out. This is Premium Productions, and that's been one.